All right, welcome back to Sunnyside Speed Shop. In this episode, we're going to bolt $1,000 worth of parts to my car. All right, so before I finish my floor pans on this thing, I need to install a shifter, and that's what I got right here. I got a Lokar transmission mounted shifter. And as you heard, this is almost $1,000 in parts right here. Lokar shifters, actually all Lokar products are amazing, but they're pretty pricey. They're made here in the US, top quality, lifetime warranty, awesome stuff. Kind of gives you an idea where we're at here. This is gonna be awesome. So once this is all installed, then I can finish patterning out my floor pans, make my transmission tunnel, and then button all this up in here. Alright, goes up there somehow. I should get some instructions, huh? I didn't say I was going to read the instructions. I'm just looking at the pictures here. The bottom of the shifter has a little adjustment where you can actually rotate it, and I want it rotated as far forward as possible, closest to the dash, rather than like there in the rest position. And it is adjustable, so if I don't like it, I can just, once I'm sitting, have my seating position figured out, if I don't like it, I could just move it. But for now, I want it as far forward and out of my way as possible. Nice. It's very crucial that I install this right now too, because this throwing back and forth, I gotta make sure my floor pan clears that as well. That's it for the shifter. Now I got, what I don't got is a pocket knife. That's what I don't got. Parking brake handle. Clears my dash, that's good. Anybody ever see that guy on like TikTok or Facebook or whatever? He says, whatever, be a man. I feel like this should be one, like build something, never look at the instructions, be a man. Once we screw up, then we look at the instructions. Oh wait, you know what? There's an additional bracket that goes onto this. Because it's going to be awfully close to that frame. Ooh, man, that is close. It's going to be interesting if that actually works. Alright, we're all installed. This bracket here had my parking brake cables aimed right at this cross member. So, what I did was, took this piece of angle iron, put it right up against there, and just gave it a little push, and bent it just enough to get it away from that cross member. So now you can see it has a little bit of a bend to it, and this wasn't compromised. This still works. That's gonna work just fine. So nice. A nice tall shifter. I thought that was a nice touch. Cool. Now we can start patterning out these floors and building floor pans, building a trans tunnel. Oh, all right. It's the next day. I'm ready to make some templates for this floor. I don't know if you noticed, but I actually moved the shifter forward one notch. It's fully adjustable. Well, not fully adjustable. You have two locations you can put it in, basically. And I moved it to the forward position to get it closer to the parking brake handle and further away from the driver. So got a little bit extra room. So now I got to figure out exactly how this floor is going to go. To do that, got some poster board here that I just picked up at Target. $5 for a 10-pack. This stuff is great to have in the garage if you got to make any kind of templates of anything. So I want to go off of right where this sheet metal butts up. Well, I want to butt this right up against this sheet metal here. It'll overlap. I'll have some place to weld. So set that like that. Should be enough space. First thing I need to do, get some room for this shifter. Getting closer. Let's mark out for this brake pedal as well. All right, and now I need to mark it out for the where it butts up against this floor pan. And I've said this before, on white paper, you just use a dirty hand to kind of make an outline. There's a little bit of surface rust on this these panels because I cleaned it with window cleaner and it flash rusted. I shouldn't have done that, but I'll clean that off later. Now you just take that dirty hand. Look at that. Perfect. All right, we are getting closer. So to figure out the bend in this floor, I already have a bend right here on this toe kick. So what I'm gonna do is mark right where that line is, right there. Take and measure. Oops. I already took a straight edge, went off of this line here where this butts up and brought it straight back, and I marked it. So now I can go from that line, clean that up before I kill myself. From that line straight back, and that's at 18 1/4. So now I can go over here, put this at 18 1/4, and go ahead and draw a line over here. There we go. Now I'm just going to go ahead and hold this here and bend my paper up on that straight edge. Cool, just like that. We're taking shape. A lot of this is eyeballing. This is just paper. If you don't like it, add a little bit of tape, add some on. If it's too, you made it too small, just extend it with some tape, because all you're gonna do is put this on top of some metal later and trace it out in the metal. So if you gotta put a little masking tape to extend your edges after you cut it too short, that's no big deal. It's a lot easier to play around in paper than it is in metal. Oh, it's getting a lot more flimsy and hard to hold. So just throw some magnets on this. Alright, so we're still a little close to the trans here. Probably want to bring this over. Also got to decide where I'm going to put my gas pedal. I got a little bit of room here. I can bring it over to here. Because it's actually nice when you, if you build your trans hump kind of right, it kind of works like a footrest. You kind of rest your foot against it and then step on the gas. If you kind of get lucky and accidentally design it correctly. All right, got my template. I gotta transfer it to some sheet metal here. Find a way to, if I do it like that, I still have all this left to do my trans hump. I got a little bit of extra sheet metal over here, so it's not too worried, but I don't want to be wasteful with this stuff, right? Gotta hang on to this because I don't have to measure for where my bends are. So, not throwing this away quite yet. All right, using my electric metal shears to cut this. Doesn't look like it yet, but this is a transmission hump. All right, that sheet metal shear really only does straight lines. It doesn't do curves very well, so now I just gotta clean it up and finish it off with the grinder here. All right, let's see where my bends need to go. This is indeed the top. I'm just gonna write top on there so I don't get mixed up later. Now, I could run this through my bead roller with a tipping die and just tip it slowly, 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 but I want to give this a shot and see if it works. I mean, it should work. Why wouldn't it, right? Make sure it's tight. And then I can just bend that up. Who knows if that's enough? Who knows? I don't know. How's that look? I guess we don't know until we get it in the car, right? Let's see what it looks like. Magnet over here. Wow. No way. First try. I mean, yeah, I got to do a little grinding, but man, look at that. I swear I didn't cut the camera and like do a bunch of work to this and then try it and like so it fits the first time. Like it legit fits, man. These bends are perfect. Right angle, man. This is awesome. All right, I got the front section of this floor pan looking pretty good, but you know what's not looking pretty good? It's all this surface rust. I made the mistake of cleaning this when it was all done with like a window cleaner, and it immediately flash rust because of the, I guess, water that was in that product. So let me get this stuff cleaned off. I'm gonna use my favorite stuff here, Rust Mort. This is actually a rust conversion product. It's supposed to take like rusty metal and turn it into like a black primable surface. But if you spray it on light surface rust, it'll just remove it entirely. All right, all that surface rust gone. Love using this Rust Mort stuff. Works amazing. And it kind of etches the metal and kind of leaves a protective coating on it so it doesn't come back. So that's kind of cool. All right, we're looking good. Floor pans, I still have not welded these in yet. I'm still gonna make my trans hump first. But we're looking good. Made some good progress in this video. I think I'm gonna call it here. And on the next one, we'll design and make a transmission hump. And we'll get to use that English wheel over there a little bit. So stay tuned for that. Looks like I have to clear some space so I can get to it. But you know how it is. That's how it goes. Cool. Thanks a lot for watching and watching me knock out this floor pan. We're almost done. Trans hump next. Stay tuned. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you on the next one.